Good morning, YouTubers, and welcome to Morning Coffee with Mike. On my way to drop off some mail and to get myself some coffee. Anyways, guys, what is happening in your neck of the woods? What is happening financially? What is happening with housing? What is happening all around? Well, I could tell you right now, the bond market took a big shaking this morning. The 10-year bond is at 1.58%, down from 1.8. Now it's at 1.5. Bond market's going to go to zero very soon. I expected the bond market to go to eventually go to zero, but not now. Like, I was expecting it at least another 3-4 more quarters for it to kind of steam down, but it's taken a huge hit today. The Dow was a little bit up today, but not totally recovered from yesterday. Oil's down at $54 a barrel, and I told you guys, oil's going to start trickling its way down. It's like fracking. Look at fracking. I mean, what the heck was the whole point of fracking? They're fracking for so many years. They're producing at a loss. What the heck's the point? Producing at negative yields. Everything's all negative right now. It's like, like the bond market. Here's $1 million. Yeah, make sure you give me back $950,000 back in 10 years. Like, especially when when you're not hedged against inflation, you're losing even more money. So what is happening? Wow. So, okay, gold spiking up. It's $1,534. Gold's been on an uptick every single day, except 1 or 2 days it went down, but it's been on an uptick pretty much, hitting all new records in a lot of countries. I've been watching closely the news directly from Argentina. They have a really good live 24-hour stream like CNN, but from Argentina, and kind of seeing what's going on in Argentina. And now they're going to be giving out children under the age of 10 1,000 pesos each for families. Single moms are going to get like a bonus and stuff, and they're looking at ways to kind of prepare so that families don't starve. But with hyperinflation hitting, I think 1,000 pesos in Argentina is going to be like lucky to buy powdered milk, So it's a concerning thing. Turkey is having this problem too. Turkey's having a really tough time getting their currency in line. It's dropped, and then it's dropped, and today I think it's down, just a smidge down, but enough to offset trades, enough to offset exports. Right? You're going to see a lot of countries running towards the U.S. dollar as a safe haven. And that's happening right now. A lot of countries are going to be, like I said, running to the hills and ditching their currency. There's been reports right now in Argentina that people have been changing their money into U.S. dollars, their Argentinian peso, getting pretty much a 40% haircut right now on it than it was a year ago. So people are taking huge losses in parts of the world. The Brazil real, not looking good. If people bought gold in Brazil, se você compra ouro no Brasil, um ano para trás, você tá rico hoje. That's just Portuguese for saying if you bought gold a year ago with your real, today you're a rich man. But huge problems, guys. We're seeing it develop. And Venezuela is a poop show right now. But China came in for the rescue, what was it, yesterday? Or 2 days ago? China came into Venezuela's rescue to help old oil refineries and bring them back up to snuff. So remember, China is the red dragon when it comes to energy. China is the biggest energy consuming country on the planet. China has 1.5 billion people. And that's a lot of people to feed. That's a lot of people to take care of. That's a lot of people to house and everything. So the red dragon needs to be fed. But all over the world, we're seeing it. We're seeing not only the markets take a hit, but we're seeing the trend in the housing market, especially in the English-speaking countries. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to pause this. I'm going to go drop off some mail. eBay's doing well. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So, okay. So let's kick off Australia. Now, Australia right now, in trends in the housing market last night, I didn't even want to read any of that crap. I'm reading the articles. It's all backed by real estate. Obviously, real estate companies are backing a lot of the ads. They're not really news stories coming out of Australia when it comes to housing. It's more that everything's on the correctional block. Things are moving up. We are back to square one with housing. We will be investing in blah, blah, blah. But no one's talking about all the empty shells across Sydney. Sydney, remember, guys, used to be Crane City. They had 400. Toronto's talking about, well, we got 100 and something cranes in Toronto. They're all over the place. Yeah, right. Try Sydney. It had, I think, 394 or almost 400 cranes at one time in Sydney. So, relax, Toronto. But in all fairness, they are pushing the narrative that it's now a buying market. Now it's time to get back into the market. So they're pushing that narrative that it's ready to go. Hope everyone, waiting on the sidelines is ready to jump in. I really recommend, and I'm going to say this again, and I'm going to keep saying this, guys, like a broken record, do your own research. A good method or a good way to indicate whether or not it's a good time would be to look at how much is on the market. How much is there an oversupply on your market? If there's an oversupply and nothing's selling, then don't bother, because you could pick and choose. Give it time. Give it another year. You can start picking and choosing what you want and actually negotiate price down. No more stupid bidding wars. So, yeah, you're going to see a lot of stragglers coming out of China still that are trying to move their money offshore. You will see them. You will continue to see them. China cannot put a clamp down on everyone that's leaving with money, especially when they're finding ways to transport their money. There's already a lot of reports how people are converting their yuan into Bitcoin and then moving across the pond and then converting it back into a bank account or onto credit cards or whatever. You get what I'm saying, right? So that's what they're doing right now. So that's a problem, guys. So it's a clean way of moving money around, I guess, out of a country. But and then now, see, Australia is like, you got to compare Australia, Sydney and Melbourne to Perth. Okay, you got to look at that, because Perth is the blueprint of what Sydney is to be, right? So you're going to have to basically look at the retraction that Perth has taken in the last, is it 3-4 years? Yeah, 16 quarters of retraction. It's going to have to fix. They're going to have to fix it. They're going to have to, all the asset bubbles and fake hot air blown into these bubbles, especially in Australia, need to be retracted. Hobart took a huge increase in housing pricing because of the mass exodus of people leaving Sydney and Melbourne. I've been talking about this for years, guys. And I like talking about Australia in my housing videos because they keep, for some reason, taking down my videos from 3, 4, heck, even 5 years ago, they're taking down my videos. I don't know why, guys. I don't know why. I don't know. Now, New Zealand isn't doing well, but their dollar's tanking against the Australian, as usual. But in New Zealand, they're not allowed to sell to foreign investors. Is working out for them because housing is declining across the board month over month. New Zealand, unfortunately, is going to need 32 quarters of retraction to get back to the average middle class income to be able to get back into the market, because all these English speaking countries are lacking one thing: first time home buyers. That's the problem. These countries are lacking first-time home buyers, and if they can't get them in the markets, a housing market is not funded by income. When it's like my buddy Stevens there, I'm going to get him back on the show soon. My Jamaican friend Stevens, when he's been on the show, William Stevens, when he was on the show, he said, basically, it needs to be driven by income, and he's right. If housing is not driven by income, but foreign speculation, We ain't going on. We ain't going anywhere, Charlie. Okay, what else we got going on? We got. Let's look at Western United States. 124,000 homeless in the Golden State. That's a lot of people that are not living in a home. That's a lot of people. Hi, can I get an extra large dark roast coffee with 1 cream?
Anything else?
That's it, thank you.
Okay,
Yeah. I think I'm gonna do pizza today. I'm not sure. I'm intermittent fasting, so I'm kind of hungry. I might do a pizza. I'm not sure. Let me pay for this coffee, guys.
Morning.
How are you, my brother? You doing okay? You look tired. You look tired.
No.
No? All right. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Yeah.
What a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Got my ladder in the back there if you see it. I'm going to be doing a little bit of work outside the store. A little bit of sanding. A little bit of painting. I got my sign ready. Hopefully he drops it off today. My sign's going to get dropped off for the front of the store. So at least I want to get a little bit of paint on the backdrop where it's going to go. But I'm kind of excited for that. It's kind of, moving into new territory for me. So, okay, let's go. Western United States, homelessness out of control. People are just fighting for the basic necessities right now. And 1 in 3 Americans, apparently, can't afford the basic needs. The basic needs. And what is the basic need? Food. Is it that people are overly consumed with consumables that they kind of neglect the fact they need to buy food? Right now, across the U.S., food banks and homeless shelters are seeing a skyrocketing demand. So more people are, but the good thing is there's a lot of food banks are seeing more and more donations, which is good. I'm happy at least that is coming to light. That is actually coming to make it, that's coming to, it's coming to a point where other people are starting to realize that others need help. Okay, let's move over to, you're seeing dips in the Illinois housing market, Baltimore housing market. A lot of it has to do with the increase of property tax. We're going to get our friend Stephanie on the show on trends in the housing market. Hopefully next Wednesday she'll be available to come on trends in the housing market. Stephanie will come on and she'll give us a little bit of insight on what is happening with the housing market in the United States. Maybe she could lay the land. We're going to see if we could get Demise Music and Entertainment back on from San Jose, California to give us a little insight. But housing is going down in California right now. They keep playing the supply versus demand, but California is sitting on, I think it was 233,000 empty homes, vacant homes. So that's a lot of vacant homes in California. That's why you have 130,000 people homeless, right? So, and you're seeing prices somewhat stabilize in Florida. You're seeing prices somewhat stabilize in Texas. You're seeing Salt Lake City, Utah still kind of somewhat going up. Arizona, prices going up. And the state of Nevada, parts of Nevada is falling right now, and parts of Nevada are still stabilizing and going up. And I'm very interested to see where the housing market's going to go. Let's move our way north to Canada. Vancouver's still in a month-over-month decline. So is Toronto, still seeing declines in housing prices, but they're seeing sales. So people are jumping on the bandwagon, jumping on the dead cat bounce. People kind of feeling the pressure to buy. I got some friends over out east in Ontario that told me that they're pressured to buy. They're in a position right now they don't want to buy because the market is really scary, but some of them are under pressure from either wives or in-laws. I've had a few channel followers, subscribers that have had divorces because of not buying into the housing market. But a lot of them are up right now. If they did buy in the housing market, they'd be starving to death, if they did at the time that I kept telling people not to buy. I'm still telling people not to buy until they really do research, until they really understand the fundamentals of what's happening. Because right now, your real estate agent really isn't going to help you to tell you what is going on in the market. Neither is your banker. No one's going to tell you what you need to know nowadays. It's all about the almighty dollar, right? So, and that's what happened. That's why the banking sector in Australia right now, confidence in the banking sector is less than 11% by consumers. They're like less than 11% trust the banking sector in Australia because the Royal Commission, this highly leveled auditors, went in there and started looking through the books, and this whole pay to play shit that they were doing didn't work out well. Yeah, places like New Brunswick, Newfoundland are seeing spike in surges in foreign investing and speculation in Eastern Canada. Canada's last bastion, last frontier, is pretty much being sold out to speculators right now as we speak. And yeah, Ireland right now in the housing woes too. So is Northern Ireland. So is Scotland. Man, Scotland's so bad that they can't even hire locals to work in Edinburgh because they can't afford to live there. It's tough when you work a full-time job and you can't even afford the basic necessities to live. It's almost like, do I stay home or do I work? What's beneficial for me now? Yeah. And obviously London now going to its, 2-3 years of straight declines. That's what we're going to be seeing now. These artificially inflated bubbles turn a lot of these major cities into empty shells. Look at Sydney. Are you serious? Look at Vancouver. Look at Seattle. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Lots of love. If you want to support this transmission, please go ahead and share a video. Or if you want to support me on Patreon, go ahead and buy me a coffee. Thank you to my Patreon supporters for buying me this coffee. It means a lot to me that I get some support from somebody, some people that actually see value in my blabbing mouth. Anyways. Open the back windows here. Let some ventilation in. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, if there's anything, leave a link in the comments below. If you want to come on the show, don't forget to add me on Skype, Mike Martins 1980 on Skype. Go ahead and add me on Skype. We're going to do Mike in the Night this Saturday. We're going to probably cover what's going on in Hong Kong. So let's see what happens in Hong Kong, and kind of get a bit of an understanding of what's going on the ground, and hopefully we could get our friend Ebank Yu, who's in Hong Kong right now. He just arrived. He went to Portuguese China. He went to Macau. So hopefully he had fun there, visiting St. Paul's Cathedral. Anyways, guys, lots of love. Thanks for watching. Big hugs, and stay strong, guys, okay? Stay strong, stay informed, and stay healthy, okay?